The village of Ndalama sat quietly at the edge of the great savanna, where golden grass danced with the wind and tall baobab trees watched like silent guards. Long ago, the people honored their ancestors with songs, drums, and firelight, but over the years, the villagers grew busy with trade, hunting, and daily life. The old rituals faded. The shrine gathered dust. Even the children no longer knew the names of those who came before them. Only one person remembered. Elder Muna, the oldest woman in Ndalama, still lit a small candle at night and whispered prayers into the wind. But no one listened when she warned. A village that forgets its roots will lose its path. One moonless night, the wind shifted. It carried a strange coldness, unusual for the warm savanna. Dogs whimpered, birds hid in the trees. Even the fire in the village square flickered as if afraid. A distant drum echoed one no human was playing. The villagers froze. The sound came again, deep and ancient, rolling across the plains like thunder. Elder Moyana rose slowly, her eyes filled with fear and knowing. She whispered, "The ancestors have awakened, and they are restless." At dawn, the villagers gathered, whispering nervously. No one slept well. Some heard footsteps outside their huts. Others felt cold hands brushing their walls. A few claimed to see shadows moving behind the baobab trees. Chief Kamau, proud and stubborn, dismissed their fears. "Spirits do not walk," he said. "Fear makes your ears play tricks." But Elder Moyna shook her head. "You ignored the ancestors too long. They are calling us back." As the sun climbed, the strange drum beat returned faint but steady. No one could tell where it came from. Hunters searched the plains. Warriors checked the forest edge. Everyone returned pale and empty-handed. Then goats began disappearing. The river water turned cloudy. The air smelled of old smoke, as if an unseen fire burned far away. When night fell again, a soft wailing rose from the shrine, the abandoned place where the ancestors' symbols once stood bright and honored. Children clung to their mothers. Warriors held their spears tighter. Chief Kamo tried to stand firm, but even he felt a tremble in his bones. A cold wind swept through Ndalama, and the fire circles dimmed. Then Elder Moana said the words no one wanted to hear. "They want something, and they will not stop." The next morning, Elder Moana gathered the villagers by the dried ancestral shrine. Dust covered the wooden carvings. Spider webs hung across the sacred stones. Offerings from long ago lay broken and forgotten. "This place is our heart," she said firmly, "and we let it die." As she spoke, the earth gave a gentle shiver. A soft humming rose from the shrine, like voices trying to speak through layers of time. Everyone stepped back except a young hunter named Tariq, brave but curious. He knelt and brushed away the dust from one of the carvings. Immediately, the humming grew louder. A faint glow spread beneath the stones. "Tariq, stop!" Chief Kamau shouted. But it was too late. The air thickened. The ground split slightly, releasing a swirl of shimmering mist. From within the mist came shapes not solid, not air, moving slowly like memories given life. Silhouettes of ancient warriors. Mothers carrying babies, old kings with tall staffs. The ancestors. Their faces held no anger, only disappointment. A voice drifted out, soft yet powerful. "You left us behind." And when a root is cut, the tree weakens. The villagers trembled, realizing the truth. The ancestors were not haunting them. They were warning them. The ancestors' mist began to swirl faster, and the sky darkened, though the sun was high. Shadows stretched unnaturally long. A low rumble shook the ground. Then the voice returned, sharper now. "A greater danger approaches. You cannot face it without us." Fear gripped the villagers. "What danger?" they cried. A powerful gust blasted across the savanna, bending trees and lifting dust into the air. Elder Moyna gasped. "It is the Namarani, the wandering spirit of hunger. It comes when villages lose their bond with their ancestors. It feeds on forgotten places, as if summoned by her words." A shrill cry sliced through the air. A giant shadow moved beyond the tall grass, long arms. Hollow eyes, a body made of swirling sand and smoke. Children screamed. Warriors rushed forward but were thrown back by a single roar from the creature. Chief Kamau fell to his knees, shaken by the sight. "We cannot fight this." Elder Muna's voice broke. "We were warned for years. Our pride brought this upon us." The Namarani advanced, leaving withered grass in its path. The ancestors' mist flickered, struggling to hold form as if slowly fading. The villagers realized with horror, if the bond was not restored now, both ancestors and village would disappear forever. With the Namarani approaching, Elder Moyna raised her staff high. "Gather around the shrine. Now," she commanded for the first time in many years. The entire village obeyed. She lit a fire beside the sacred stones. Its flames crackled, burning brighter than seemed natural. "We honor those who walked before us," she cried. Tariq stepped forward next. "We call our protectors back." One by one, villagers added offerings, bracelets, carved beads, pieces of cloth, animal skins. The air warmed. The ancestral symbols glowed again. The Namarani screamed and rushed toward them, but the ancestors' mist surged upward, forming a towering figure of light behind the shrine, a guardian spirit, strong and bright. "Stand together," Elder Moyna shouted. When the Namarani lunged, the guardian spirit struck with a booming wave of energy. Light and shadow clashed. The earth shook, trees bent, the sky flashed white. The Namarani shrieked as its smoky body cracked apart. With one final burst, it dissolved into harmless dust, scattered across the plains. The light faded slowly, the ancient guardian bowed once, then disappeared into the sky, leaving only a warm breeze. The battle was over. The ancestors had returned because the people remembered them. As calm returned to Wendalama, the villagers stood in silence, shaken yet grateful. The baobab trees no longer seemed heavy with shadows. Birds began singing again. Even the river flowed clear as glass. Chief Kamo approached Elder Moina, his voice soft. We were blind. You carried our history alone, and we forgot what made us strong. Elder Moana placed a hand on his shoulder. A village is not measured by its houses or harvests. It is measured by the bond between its people and their roots. That night, for the first time in many generations, the villagers lit a grand fire at the shrine. Drums echoed across the plains. Elders told stories of warriors, healers, and kings who shaped their land. And high above, the ancestors' mist lingered like a gentle cloud, watching, guarding, satisfied. Before sleeping, Elder Muna spoke the final lesson. Asterisk, asterisk, when a people forget where they came from, they lose who they are. But when they honor their past, even the darkest night cannot defeat them. Asterisk, asterisk, the village nodded in agreement. From that night on, Endalama never again forgot its ancestors.